Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the channel. It's me Anisa from the Inner Stereo. So today we're going to be looking at your love messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for the extended and personal reading with me. So in this video, Aquarius, it's going to be a you versus them format. We're going to be looking at your overall energy, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice cards for you by the end of the session, okay? Now, in your overall energy for the reading, you have the Two of Pentacles. What's challenging you have the Knight of Cups. You could be dealing here with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I feel that your challenges here has a lot to do with you believe in what's real and what's not, because I feel that you could be dealing here with somebody who said something to you that is very nice, some sort of a charmer, or who has been promising you something or a future that you look forward to, and etc. And that is affecting your decision-making process in the present moment. We're going to clarify, yeah? In the past, you have the Devil and the Ace of Pentacles. From this person's side, they have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Here's the thing. I feel like this person would really love to have a collectively happy relationship with you. The beautiful thing about the Ten of Cups, it's not focused on one person's happiness, yeah? It's focusing on your happiness in mind. And they feel that Aquarius has the potentials, the value, the characteristic, the personality that I'm looking for to build this together with. And from their perspective, they feel that I've already put so much effort into this connections. Now, when the Ten of Wands is present, sometimes we, especially if it's another person that we're dealing with, sometimes we have this tendency to be like, what is the effort? And he says just like that. That's almost similar to somebody sharing their life stories and the hardship that they went through, and you feel that, like what I went through when I was a kid, it was more than them. So like, why should they be complaining about that? It's not the same, yeah. In every religious scriptures out there, and in every spiritual scriptures out there, is always said that people are tested based on their capability, and for them, yeah, again, and I'm not defending as well. But for them, they've done a lot of work. And I feel that in the past, you see the potentials in them too. You were serious here. This isn't the type of relationship or connection or a person in which you had the intention of, I'm just going to be making this casual. I'm just going to turn this into a fling. You saw the potential in them. There's something about you started to focus on them and centering them in your life plan as well. However, the relationship or the idea of relationship that they have in their mind causes a lot of your shadow side to come out. Being with them felt wonderful, but also at the same time, it triggers a lot of wounds and a lot of trauma. We're going to clarify. Now, in the present moment, you have the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Cups. From this person, they have the Eight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. You could be dealing with two people here too, Aquarius, but that's for the later. But I do feel that in the present moment, this person would like to have something that is very fast. Something, a communication, I should say here. But for some reason, you feel a bit defensive. Again, there's this very defensive type of energy coming from you. They want to turn things around. They would like to bring a lot of expansion in this relationship. A part of you is happy about it, but a part of you also feel the need to push this person away. Now, in the future, this person has the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. From your side, you have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. In the future, this person is persistent, yeah? It never changes. Their energy never changes from the past to the present moment, where they know that this is something that I want. I love Aquarius to death, and this is something that I want, and I feel that in the future they're going to be taking more of a proactive approach or initiative to pursue or to show you that this is something that they want. There's a lot of like determinations here. We're going to clarify. From you, I feel that in the future you guys are going to start opening up a bit more to this connection than previously. Now, if you're dealing with two people, person A is somebody whom triggered a lot of wounds from you, but you love this person to death. And I feel that in the future, you guys are going to be opening yourself up to them. Now, you have person B, somebody whom has been making a tremendous amount of effort to get to know you, to approach you. And I feel that things are going to be looking up with them. With person B, I see more of a power couple type of energy, to be honest. But anyway, let's clarify. Let's clarify your reading here, Aquarius. So I want to clarify the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. 7 of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Hierophant. Let's see from your side here with the 7 of Wands. I feel that in this present moment, you are very much focused on going back to your element and going back to yourself. There's a level of boundaries here that you are erecting, and like this is the thing that I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on myself, and you're being very skeptical when it comes to them. Them, on the other hand, they don't know where does this come from. This cold, detached type of energy that questions something that they're saying or something that they're doing or something that they're promising. So let's say, for instance, this person is saying to you like, you know, like one day or later, I'm going to do this to you. And you're like with the Queen of Swords, like when? When? You never did that. Like when? You know what I mean? Like you're being very logical about it too. It's almost like a love and hate type of relationship, to be honest with you. Like you love them, but for some reason they irk you. And similar to them, like they love you, but you irk them. Something about you irks them, and something about them irks you too. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups. 3 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. Let's see the Ace of Cups from your side. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel that at this present moment, you are going to be focusing a lot more on your financial stability. So you're going to be focusing on your business, your work, your studies, whatever. And you feel that, you know, I've invested a lot in this relationship. I'm not really going to be, you know, like watching and looking at it and obsessing over it, like what is going to come. Like, I'm just going to wait time. And I feel that there's something here about a boost of creativity or a boost of inspiration that you guys are going to be feeling this week, that you're going to make art, okay? So it's either you will find yourself be more poetic, or you find yourself, I don't know, it's very artsy, it's very creative here from you. Now, if you're somebody who works in public, let's say, for instance, you're an influencer or a celebrity or something like that, for some reason, your artsiness or your creativity that you're publishing online, they feel that it's an attack to their personality for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's kind of weird. But if you're not, it's more about them feeling that you're not entirely focused on them, because they do like to spend time together with you. And I feel that this week, this person feels that, you know what, I just want to be around Aquarius a bit more. I just want to be accompanied by Aquarius a little bit more. I want to be, they're going to be a bit more codependent or a bit more clingy this week, where it's more like, I just wanted to be near Aquarius. I just want to, you know, just have a sense of energy from Aquarius and all that. Let's see the future. I'm going to clarify the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. So from your side with the Queen of Cups clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles, I think this is a case of incompatibility and different of expectations and different ways of doing relationship in general. One of your biggest fear has a lot to do with, them when they're pursuing you, when they're being nice to you, it's not going to last or it's not going to be consistent, right? There's going to be a level of understanding in the future about this. Is this the type of pattern? Is this the type of relationship that I would like to have in my life? Because to be honest with you guys, like the best predictor of a person is their pattern. People always operate in the same pattern. And I feel that you're going to realize that in the future. Because a relationship is not just about love. It's not just about feelings, right? Now from them, they have Three of Swords, the Strength, and the Nine of Pentacles. I do see them focusing a lot more on their independence, their money. They're going to be a little bit of an indulgence that they're going to be doing in the future here because they're trying to not feel the heartache and the pain from this connection. Let's clarify the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Yeah, it's about a different idea of relationship. That's why, have you read this book called 8 Dates? I think, I forgot who the writer was, but my friend told me when I was dating somebody last year, she told me that, you know what, like, if you want to be serious or if you're thinking of dating seriously with somebody, like, I think you should start, arranging this 8 dates, which is 8 types of questions that you need to ask your potential partner. And those are really good because it kind of like makes you understand, are we compatible or not? Because in relationship, love is not enough, feeling is not enough. And I feel that this is just a case of incompatibility where you really need to sit down with one another and what is it that you're expecting out of a relationship? What does commitment looks like to you? What does faithfulness looks like to you? What does loyalty looks like to you? What do you want in a partner? What are your family values? And, how are we going to be raising our children? What are your expectations financially? Like these type of things needs to be discussed. And I just feel that there's a bit of a mix match here in compatibility. Because your idea of relationship makes them want to give up. And their idea of relationship makes you want to distance yourself. So we got 2 people here, Queen of Wands and King of Wands, that now understands themselves very well to a point where, no, this is me. This is my boundaries. This is my line. This is what I want. I don't think that you guys are going to be conversing about this in the future, though. It's more about that phase where you're realizing that, maybe this is not for me, not because they love me less or I love them more, but it's much so about this is not the type of love that I want. This is not the type of relationship that I want. Let's pull some advice card for you here, Aquarius. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. This is pretty similar advice to somebody else's reading. I forgot who it was. It was another sign. But anyway, it has a lot to do with before you... I think it was Capricorn, was it? Like about decentering somebody out of your life. Because it has been your familiarity. It has been the only thing that you're holding on to. Holding on to the potentials that you see in them, holding on to the hopes and dreams that you have about this relationship, thinking about them just because it's been my routine. And again, you guys are a fixed sign, right? But instead of making that giant, It's not about like you need to stop thinking about them. It's not about you need to stop focusing about them. It's not that you need to stop, loving them. No, it's about taking the power back and centering you at the center of your world instead of centering them. It's about decentering them from your life. So the kind of love, the kind of attention, let's say for instance, I want to check on how this person's health is. Rather than doing that, how about you check on how your health is doing today? Rather than checking on like did they sleep well last night? How about you check on yourself? Did you sleep well last night? Okay? Rather than worrying about, what they do at job or the people that they hang out with, why don't you worry about your job and who you hang out with? That's what I mean, yeah? Rather than making a drastic change, decenter them and start centering you at the center focus of your life. All right? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Aquarius. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for, and I'll see you guys on the extended. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.